Hey. It's your buddy, ABT Pro. Hold on one second. Straighten this out a little bit. Hold on. One second. I'm going to turn this up. I want to do a video on the fact that President Barack Obama is coming to Buffalo, New York on the 13th. Everybody keeps saying this next week and next. Say the date. It's the 13th, right? Let me check my calendar to make sure, just in case I'm wrong. Because I'm having an argument with my friend, and she says it's the 14th. And the 14th is Friday. He's coming Thursday, the 13th. Okay? And I want to say something about that. Is that I'm overjoyed, and I'm very thankful that he will come our way. Buffalo was one of the greatest cities in the world. We had, the history of Buffalo. We had the World Trade, the World Fair here, the light bulb, the first city that be lit up. It's just, we lent money. We used to be so rich and well endowed that we used to be the ones to lend money. We had the port, the Erie Lake, and so there was a lot of commerce, especially for the ports. Anytime you have a port, so New York became the next port. I think the Hudson Valley River, they probably used that a lot, and then they changed that around. But so Buffalo was it was called the Queen City because we were just, you had New York and then you had Buffalo. And so we're just astoundingly rich history. And what has happened, my father worked in a steel mills and he worked for 35 years. A lot of the steel, as we know, that industry has been sent over to China and or different, sent abroad. Steel goes to different places, and I guess because we also had the auto industry. I think that they are gonna start making more American cars in America. So some of those jobs are gonna come back. I think that there's a motor industry that is going to be opening up. So a lot of people are going to get. I think it's like 2,500 jobs are going to come because. It might be in Georgia or somewhere, but so I don't know where the steel is going to come from. But they did close down the Lackawanna Steel Mill, Buffalo Steel. And then my father went to live in Allentown, Pennsylvania for a while with my whole family. They went down there for a while. I had just started to move out to New York, and it was kind of happenstance, but probably not, Nothing happens by accident, but when I was there, I went as a basic artist. There was no computer graphics per se. So I stayed there for 15 years. Actually, 2.5. I lived in Kingston, New York, and I had an artist loft there, and it was beautiful, amazing life. No racism in Kingston, New York, and so it was an amazing situation there. It's not like Buffalo where it's very kind of segregated. It's the right side, you have the east side, which is more the east side and the west side being more cultural. Now you have nice housing and stuff all over Buffalo. And but Buffalo is slightly segregated. So if you go down Main Street, as soon as you hit Main Street, used to be a huge problem. What they have gotten better now is a couple of the roads since Mayor Byron Brown has been here. And I tell you, Mayor Byron Brown is the first black mayor. And he has been doing phenomenal things in this city. And it's just phenomenal. And when he got elected, I literally did a dance in the street. I did a jig and did a dance in the street. So he's really been great. And so the thing about it is that there's been some initiatives for black businesses and so now I want to say about the mayor that was him. There was some kind of scandal where there was like, you know, like a lot of the money that was gone to develop the east side of Buffalo had disappeared. And from I remember Mayor Griffin. So once I went away out of town, I thought that when I came back and had some skills, that I would be able to come here and really use my skills, do great things. Matter of fact, before I left, I tried to buy a house here. The real estate has gone cheaper because there was some, you know, drugs and crack and stuff like that. There's a few pockets. The Byron Brown, the mayor, and the commissioners have been really good at trying to straighten that up, and they've been doing really great. But that's the biggest threat. So that it was so bad when I got back here years ago. I mean, girls that I grew up with that I always felt like, wow, I'll never be able to touch that girl. She is so fine. She's so beautiful. And she is just out of my league. You come back and you say, oh my God, I wouldn't touch her if you paid me, you know. As a matter of fact, you know, they were hitting on me because they were just turned out. You know, it's just miserable. And so it was just a devastating kind of thing that hit the city. And so a lot of people moved away. The city changed drastically because of that. We've gotten a lot better, but I feel no sympathy for anybody who's peddling crack, who's selling it, who is doing anything like that. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to go into the how they handle this stuff right now, but you know, if we could solve that problem, you know, that would kind of free up. I mean, even though it's been pretty much devastating, a lot of people left, the jobs left. You know, they took Bethlehem Steel, they closed Chevy. There was a Chevy plant right down the street from me, William Gator Boulevard on the east side, and it's a beautiful plant. There's a big strip of William Gator Boulevard. It's barren, it's a beautiful strip. There's old warehouses. You know, they're not really, you know, there's little pockets of warehouses that are not really part of the community. You know, some of those buildings are fabulous. They're fabulous buildings, but they're just, you know, rotting away. And I would like one of those buildings myself so that I can turn off the... I'm trying to work with Langston Hughes Center. I'll probably still be working with them, but that's another building that we lost because of you know, the gas and no funding. And, you know, the Bush administration cut a lot of the funding for art and put it towards war. And so it's been, we've been devastated, but the core of the people that are here are just phenomenal. And you know, one of the things that I wanted to do is to actually train a bunch of, set up a facilities, and this is why I try to work up with Langston Hughes, but nothing has really happened yet. But and then, you know, they've had an incident, and I think they're gonna sell the building altogether, unfortunately. So they're building it at the end of the year. I'm hoping to still do things. You know, it was closed over the winter because they couldn't pay the gas, and you know, there's just no funding for it. And so there's a cancer research institute that's going to buy Roswell Park, that will buy the area and to buy the building from them. And so we're going to lose that building. They have another building that's smaller, but just the resources for the children aren't there. And so that was one of the things that I had grew up and learned and gave me skills, so that when I went to New York, I was able to get jobs and stuff like that, and crawl my, you know, make my way up the ladder with that. And so I always felt like I could come back and start an organization where I could teach the children the technology. You know, like I say, I actually I do DVDs and I sell them international, worldwide. I sold them in Germany. I sold them in everywhere, UK, Spain, everywhere. And but that training is something I wanted to offer to local people, and especially the youth, and to create a market of people in the digital technology that will help them to create facilities and a production company, which I can give them jobs create jobs and get to work and have, trained individuals that can get this stuff done. I'm self-taught, but I've taught in colleges. So I thought that this would happen, and it's still going to happen. But I thought that, like the Small Business Administration and some of the loans that he has given, you got to have the right people that have the right attitude to be able to help people instead of telling them what they can't do. I went there to the Small Business Administration, and they literally were so negative and telling me things that I can't do and not possible to do that I've already done. They're telling me I can't get the big clients, I can't do this. I'm like, what? I'm already making dough, What the hell are you talking about, I can't. I'm already doing it, I hate that. People that can't whatever. So anyway, so I would have liked to see those things. Now, I don't know if this, since the Langston Hughes is going to already decided to sell the building, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm hoping to get the motion capture studio up. Maybe I'll affiliate myself with a school and a college and try to set it up with them like that. I don't know. Right now, I'm just kind of getting by with the clients that I have, and I'm still, I send work to New York. I outsource stuff and stuff like that. I wanted to do stuff. I'm gonna make it, and we're gonna do great. And that's faith that's speaking, and that's what we have, people that have that kind of faith and ingenuity and really have valuable things to build. So I guess I'm just pleading my case right now, but I can say that Buffalo has some people. If you got to have the right people. If you look at people and you see what they have done, and I always have a philosophy: if you want to get a painter, hire a guy that's painting. Find somebody in the process of doing what they. When you want to elect somebody to do something, elect somebody who's already doing it, per se, excuse me. So, look at the track record of people and just say, well, how have you helped people? What have you done, when you're allotting money or when you're trying to help people to rebuild, you should find somebody who can rebuild who is already building. Because you get these people who are jealous and envious and protective and greedy, and they just hoard things for themselves, and they're just looking out for themselves, and they really don't want to get anybody else involved. They're not looking to bless anybody. They're not trying to help anyone. So I hope that if there is anything that is planned for the rebuilding, I hope that it is people who are actually trying to do stuff. And if you put somebody in charge of that they have the attitude to recognize people who are doing it. Now, my first job was with an entrepreneur here, William Cooper. When he was young, he's younger. He had a business and stuff like that. He's crippled now, so he doesn't do as much as he used to do. But if they had a program called SCORE that would take youth, and there was a guy who was working there named Paval Hicks. He's moved out of town now after trying to start several businesses here, and African art import and stuff like that. He actually hired me when I was a little kid to work in this, or 15, 14 years old. Hired me to work with Bill Cooper. They paid half my salary. The guy paid half the salary. It was a SCORE program. Bill Cooper paid half. And so I worked in this African art import store. I had talent. He trained me as an artist, which is amazing. He trains me as an artist, and so that helped me move on. We had a culture of folks that are doing things. There's a guy who just opened a building on Kensington and Bailey, right near this little African, I forgot the name of it, but it's green and black building. He bought the building. You can buy the building for cheap, and he has all these community people come in and discuss things with health and things like that. But it's a big, beautiful building. He has a tax place right next to it. You know, he could probably use some funding to get that building straightened up and maintain it. You know, Langston Hughes is selling that building. Langston Hughes is selling that building. They probably want, $1 million something. If I had the money to get that building, I would get it. I would not only collaborate with the hospital and bring technology to the hospital that they could use, but I would train black youth and other youth and anybody who would come up in there and wants to work. I could set up different industries in there, and they're great facilities. I mean, since they're gonna sell out, I don't know what Michael is gonna do nowadays with it. I don't know if he's after that incident. I don't know if he's capable or if he wants to. I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I gotta talk to him. But there's several technologies that could go up there that are, they used to teach the old stuff. I should do another video for this, but we could do new stuff, new digital stuff. So I just wanted to show you this. It's no such thing as can't, and so I've been able to build this, and really right now I'm ready to go on some things. I could create industries and stuff like that. And so I'm just saying this, this is some of my old equipment over there. So I'm just saying that just to say that, as Obama, who is coming here to help rebuild, my point is that we're capable, we have the people, and if you find the right people to do the right thing, just don't throw money at people who've been doing the same thing over and haven't done anything. We want some real changes and real growth. I'm not knocking anybody when I say that. I'm just saying that at some point there should be some measurable differences, deliverables. There should be some results. You should be able to see it. And so that's my point. All right. God bless you all. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.